Welcome back to another video on L's TV. And it's been a while. I've been under the weather, as you can probably hear. But the Club World Cup is finally done. It's finally concluded. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. But yeah, let's talk about the Club World Cup. So there was a lot of hate on the tournament initially about, is it going to be entertaining? There's a lot of teams that are not really that good, and it's the timing of it, the players, fitness, all that jabba. But honestly, watching the group stages, I don't know if you guys watched, because I know a lot of people just didn't have interest in the Club World Cup, or they probably weren't watching the games or anything like that there. But I watched the games. Honestly, I enjoyed myself. I think it was a good tournament. I enjoyed, from my time zone, watching maybe games at 10 p.m. and that kind of thing. It was just nice, to see some big teams play, and maybe even see some different types of football that we don't really see often, because you're not watching, South American football unless you're from there. You're not watching Tunisian football unless you're from there. So it's like, unless you are, fair enough if you are, but I personally wasn't. So it was good for that, and there was a lot of money involved as well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money involved for the teams that are in it. So it's going to boost their transfer activity probably when the tournament's actually finished. So it's good for them on that standpoint. But yeah, honestly, it wasn't a bad group stage. Like I enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed it. Let's talk about some groups. So the first group was PSG, Seattle Sounders, Inter Miami, and Palmeiras, I think. Unless I'm so wrong about that. First group was Inter Miami, Palmeiras, Porto, and somebody else. But anyways, yeah, that group happened, and the two teams that qualified, Palmeiras and Inter Miami, which some people would say was expected. Like, you would think Inter Miami with Messi, you would think that Palmeiras with Esteval and them would think. But it was a pretty competitive group, I believe. Porto put up a good fight in some games, but I think they should have qualified. I'm pretty sure in the prediction video that we did, I did predict Porto to qualify. So that happened. So Porto are out, and that may be the shocker of that group, like Porto not being in the round of 16. And they should have made it. They honestly should have made it, especially on the team of paper. They have Samu, they have Fabio Vieira, they have that little kid Mora, who I think is very good, by the way. That's ones to watch. I know his release cost is $100 million, sorry. So nobody's going to get him this summer, but in the future, he's a good player, man. Very good tech. Very good at using his body. Just doesn't have the physicality right now because he's young, but he got it, man. He got it. So yeah, good for Inter Miami, good for Palmeiras. Inter Miami faced PSG in the round of 16, and Palmeiras faced Botafogo. So I think both of those games are great. Two Brazilian teams against each other. I know that game is going to be good, because the Brazilian teams in the tournament, let's talk about that, have been great. I think only one Brazilian team actually lost in the tournament, which is crazy. Like, I really didn't expect that. That's what I'm saying. That's the beauty of the tournament. There's things that we didn't expect. Like, Chelsea got beat 3-1 by Flamengo. We'll get into that later. Chelsea got beat 3-1 by Flamengo. Botafogo, I'm pretty sure they beat PSG. Yeah, they beat PSG 1-0. And PSG just won the Champions League. Like, there were some shockers in there. And they deserve to qualify, both Botafogo and Palmeiras, but we'll get more Palmeiras. Palmeiras did well. Esteval, I think, was not the man of the match in the first two games, I don't think. I think it's just PR, because it's his name, and he's going to Chelsea, and he's the young prospect and whatever. So since there wasn't many goals in those games, they're going to say, all right, just give it to Esteval. Another thing that they were doing was calling the man of the match superior player of the match. Like, I know it's in America, but come on, guys. Like, just call it man of the match. Just leave it what it is. You don't need to call it superior player of the match. Like, no one cares about that shit. No one cares about that shit, man. But yeah. So now Inter Miami play PSG. Messi versus his former club. Messi was good in the entire tournament, to be honest. I watched him specifically when I was watching Inter Miami. Mainly him, I should say. And he was good. He's good. Like, he still got it. You know what I'm saying? It's still Messi at the end of the day. So I don't expect anything less. But he's going to play his former team now in the round of 16. Do I think that they're going to go through? No, I don't. I think PSG will beat them, because Dembele is back as well. Dembele is also back. So that's the thing, because he wasn't even there for the group stages. I think Doué has been underwhelming as well. But Kvaratskhelia, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, normal midfield, they've been good. They've all been good. So all we need is those players to click. Not we, but all they need is those players to click. And they'll be Inter Miami. I think they'll be Inter Miami just because of quality. I don't think Inter Miami will get rolled over like 6-0 or anything like that, like how some teams did, like Al Ain against Man City and Wydad. We talked about Wydad in the predictions. We know about Wydad. But, yeah. So, but they'll definitely lose. And then Palmeiras versus Botafogo. Now, that is a very hard game to call. But from what I've watched, I think Botafogo will win. I really think Botafogo is going to win that one. That Igor Jesus, that's going to Nottingham Forest. If y'all didn't know, he's going to Nottingham Forest in a it's like a combined deal. It's him and like another center back or right back or something like that. They're both going to Nottingham. He's a good player, man. He's a good player, and he scored a lot of goals in this tournament. So kudos to you, Igor Jesus. Kudos to you. But yeah, those are the first round of 16 games, and then we go into the next group, which does involve PSG with the Seattle Sounders and then man there. PSG, obviously, they didn't win the group because Botafogo won it. They came second. Now they're playing the games that they're playing. So let me move on to the next one. I'm trying to remember people. Put me on the spot. Put me on camera. Why did y'all do this to me? What teams are even in the tournament? I'm just going to talk about something around. Let's go. Man City won yesterday 5-2 against Juventus to finish top of their group. So they will play Al Hilal, who beat Pachuca 2-0 in their group in the round of 16. Al Hilal have been pretty decent. They played a pretty good game in their first game against Real Madrid. They were pretty good. So I got to give them credit. Got to give Inzaghi credit. A new first game for him against a big team who's also trying to go and adapt to a whole new philosophy and what's not. So there's that involved. So it was a good game. And again, they qualified second. Kind of lucky because if Salzburg ever has scored 2 goals or drawn against Madrid, they're out. But you ride your luck and you just got to win and beat who's in front of you. And they did that. They beat Pachuca 2-0. And they did their thing. And they're qualified now. And they're playing I think they're going to get knocked out. They're playing Man City now. It's not, Man City look like, I know I predicted them to win the tournament in our prediction video with Narai, if you guys didn't watch. But I really think it's going to be reality. Like, they have been, it's crazy. Like, you know what I was talking about in the video about how Pep plays different every season? We're seeing it now. We're seeing what they're trying to do. Reinders has been I'm so jealous. Like, you guys know this channel, I watch AC Milan as well. And seeing him go from AC Milan, right? Leaving AC Milan is one thing. But then going to my rivals, Man City. And then you got one of my favorite youngsters. And he's gone there as well in Ryan Turkey. Like, it's just not I have to see this. I have to watch Reinders, Turkey, and Rodri in one team. And there's depth. There's Gundogan. There's Nico Gonzalez. There's so much. There's Kovacic still to come back. There's Foden that can play in the cam. There's Bernardo Silva that can play CM and cam. There's so much quality in this Man City team, and they're playing good football. Doku's been a revelation. Doku's playing in a new role, a new inside forward role, and he seems to be revving in it. He seems to be loving it because he scored in the last 2 games he started. Sabinho as well, playing pretty well as well. He scored a goal, a banger actually, a chicken zinger actually, against Juventus. And Haaland's there too, and Marmoush. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's Haaland and Marmoush. Like, it's mad right now at Man City. I can't even lie. Like, I'm jealous. I'll be honest. I'm jealous. I really am. And they're probably gonna go get it right back now, even though Matias Nunes has actually been pretty good, especially this whole tournament. He's been good at right back. I'll be honest. After Rico Lewis got that red card, which I don't believe should have been a red card, and to get a 2-game ban because of that is also crazy. But yeah, Man City gonna play Al Hilal. They'll beat Al Hilal. They'll beat them like they just whitewash Juventus. They'll whitewash Al Hilal, and they'll go to quarterfinals. So that's what's gonna happen. Juventus play Real Madrid, who won last night 3-0. And they played, I watched that game in its entirety. They played a brilliant game. Real Madrid, under Xabi Alonso, are going to be a problem. They're definitely going to be a problem after things click, because you can see what needs to click. Like, they're very adaptable as well. They played a 5-3-2 against Salzburg. And people say that's defensive, but they were attacking. They were making Salzburg camp in their own box for that first half, especially. Like, But the things that they have to work on, I would say, is like Goulet receiving the ball from the center backs and then turning. He kind of loses the ball sometimes in that instance, so he's not used to it. Another player I want to talk about is Dean Housen. I think, right, this might be a crazy hot take, right? But I think he's the best young center back in the world. And I don't even think that's far-fetched to say. I think he's the best young center back in the world. I genuinely think he is. Like, he's so good at everything. Like, he's a center back. He can step into midfield and still, like, he's just so good. He's so good. Like, I invite any of you that are watching right now to watch a game in the entirety of Dean Housen. And bros. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. My camera keeps moving. I'm sorry about that. But, bros, he is an unbelievable player. He's an unbelievable player. And then we have Vinny, who scored as well. Jude Bellingham, been very good this tournament as well. Valverde. It's been a very good Real Madrid team. They've been getting better and better every single game. Trent is there now, doing well as well. Fran Garcia. Everyone's doing well. So they'll definitely be Juventus. I don't think Juventus have what it is right now to go against those kind of teams because they need signings. They need to work on who's going out, who's coming in. Like, is Weah leaving? Is Mangula leaving? Who's leaving that played yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many question marks with that Juventus team. They haven't made any signings at all, so they're gonna need signings. They're gonna need it. So I think they'll lose against Real Madrid. And then the next round of 16 game they have is Fluminense versus Inter Milan. Inter Milan have been a bit underwhelming under Christian Sifuju or whatever his name is. I don't care about Inter Milan because, you know, as I watch AC Milan, they could suffer for all I care. So I'm hoping that Fluminense can get the win. And it's not impossible. You know, as I said, Brazilian teams have been doing pretty well this tournament. Only one loss. And yeah, they could be Inter Milan. They could definitely be Inter. Inter's an old, tired team, man. They're also another team that needs younger players to come in and step in and give that a little bit of energy because you can't be starting every single game with a 38-year-old Acerbi and 35-year-old Mkhitaryan. And, like, yes, age is not a crazy thing, especially in those kind of positions, but you can't be relying on them solely. You know, they just got in Susic, who was brilliant, by the way, in the last game that they played. Should have had 2 assists. I think when he had that second assist, he dribbled through 2 people and put the ball through, and Lautaro should have scored. But they got the win, and they're going to play Fluminense. And I hope that Fluminense win, as I said. I think they will. Again, for all the results, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Like, do you all think that my prediction is still right? Do you think that Man City are still going to win the tournament? Or do you have another opinion? Do you think PSG are going to still do it? Do you think Madrid are going to do it? Let me know in the comments down below, people. Let me know. Let me know what you're all thinking. And the next game is Dortmund versus... Who are Dortmund playing? But Dortmund playing someone. Because I can't tell you. I'll be honest. I don't know who Dortmund's playing. I didn't watch any Dortmund game. I mean, I know. Maybe I watched a little bit of the game that Joe Bellingham scored. But I didn't watch too much of Dortmund. So I'm not really sure who they're playing, to be honest. Who are they playing? I don't know. And then there's also Bayern versus Flamengo. Bayern have been good this tournament. First game started off hot, 10-0. Olise has been a revelation, as usual. Olise is a baller. They're definitely going to beat Flamengo. I'm sorry. I know Brazilian teams and that, but Flamengo is long. It's not looking good for you. And then Benfica versus Chelsea as well is a big. I think that's the best game out of all of them. It might sound crazy, and people say Juventus versus Real Madrid, but I think Benfica versus Chelsea is going to be most entertaining. Chelsea have been underwhelming in this tournament. As I said, they got beat 3-1 by Flamengo, and they definitely could have played better. And the game that they last played, they kind of rotated and stuff, and they won it easily. The Lap got his goal. So, and then who else? Enzo got another assist. He got 2 assists. Who was the other assist? It was the Lap and not Madueke, not Neto. I don't remember who scored. Palmer hasn't scored, by the way. That's also another thing. Narayan was talking about on the other video that Palmer could be player of the tournament. And it was a show, but damn. That nigga ain't scored since... fuck. When was the last time he scored? Like an open play goal? I genuinely can't remember. The last time Palmer scored an open play goal. And it's getting kind of concerning for Chelsea fans now that Palmer can't seem to find the back of the net. They can't seem to get him scoring again. And Is that going to be a concern when the season really starts? I don't know. There's a lot of question marks around it, but he has to turn up in this round of 16, especially in this game. And Benfica have been good as well. They did beat Bayern in their final game. Yes, albeit that Bayern did rotate, but it's still Bayern, and they did make subs to try and win the game, and they still lost. Sané missed a lot of chances, though. Like, I feel like Bayern should have won that game. So, yeah, that's going to be a good contest between Chelsea and Benfica. I think that Chelsea are going to win just because they have more individual quality than Benfica, but I wouldn't be surprised if Benfica won that game, honestly. I'm Chelsea, they're just, I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are yet. They haven't established themselves on what kind of team they're going to be yet. We'll see it in the Champions League this season. But yeah, that's all the round of 16 games. It's going to be I think it's going to be a really good knockout phase, because when the big teams start, winning their games, coming together. Oh, damn. Sorry about that. Coming together, it's going to be a good entertaining time. It's going to be entertaining. So, let me know what y'all think. Have you been enjoying the Club World Cup? That's the question to you. Have you been enjoying the Club World Cup? Are you excited for round of 16, which actually starts tomorrow, which is crazy, with Chelsea and Benfica, and I think Bayern play tomorrow too. They start tomorrow, so it's back to back, and that's what I love about it, And then after that, we have preseason as well. United signed Buemo, just to put the news out there. Preseason starts July 7th, so he'll be there. Cunha's there as well. Hopefully, we can make some more signings. But it's been a good summer. I'm enjoying the football. I'm enjoying the tournament. I'm not one of the haters. I'm genuinely enjoying it, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see who wins. I still think Man City will win, unfortunately, but I'm down for them to not win. I'll take anybody. I'll take anybody but them. But yeah, if you guys like the video about the Club World Cup, if you want more videos on the Club World Cup, let me know in the comments down below, or show the love. Like, subscribe, share. Show everyone, and I'll see y'all in the next video. 100. Oh, by the way, 100 subscribers. We're trying to aim right now. 15 away. If you can do that, that would be lovely. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, and peace out.